Before we get to the symposium, I'd like to ask you a question. What do you think are the devil's crafty acts? Violence, greed, envy, immorality? Wrong, 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 and wrong. You're so wrong you even make Jesus cry. You may not know this, but the devil's crafty acts actually are technology, recreation, and education. Let's now listen into the symposium, already in session, and learn how we can be aware of technology, recreation, and education.
There are serious dangers that we need to weigh. Satan, in his wicked craftiness, has exploited human weaknesses by means of technology that makes certain forms of badness now readily available to us. Is it possible that unscrupulous people could twist an otherwise valuable tool into a potential decoy for satanic conduct? Without a doubt. Consider some examples of how this can happen. Think about the printing presses that could be used to, say, print Bibles. Could they also be used to print pornography? Think of the days of Noah. What was the downfall for powerful angels? It was voyeurism. That's the practice of observing sordid details. Those angels were peeping Toms. Television programs today, such as reality shows and soap operas, can be a catalyst for us to get involved in voyeurism, to be observing sordid details, to become, in a sense, a peeping Tom. Think about game shows. They can incite some viewers towards consumerism and greed. And what about computer games? Some games lure players to participate in simulated violence and other unwholesome activities. Another area of concern is internet social sites and chat rooms. Sometimes you might reason, well, these are safe. My site's password protected, or I have it restricted only to my friends or fellow believers. And yet, for many, this has become a decoy for satanic conduct. Internet social sites have become breeding grounds for bad association with strangers or with individuals who claim to be fellow believers, individuals who try to lure vulnerable ones into wrongdoing. Finally, another potential decoy for satanic conduct can be something that most of us have maybe in our pocket right now, or in our purse, a cell phone, a great time-saving device. But it also can be used to access the internet and download pornography and view it at any time. Or it can be used for sexting, taking with a camera phone lewd, inappropriate pictures and then sending them to someone else.
How many of you have ever said, I need a break. I need to relax. We all have. Because all of us need relief from the anxiety, stress, and pressures of daily life. But herein lies another potential crafty act or evil trick of Satan the devil. And that is to let the world define for us what it means to relax. Think about it. What are the burdens that you really feel you need to get away from? Isn't it working all day around those with filthy minds and foul mouths, paying the bills, cleaning the house, fixing the car, shopping for groceries? But our theocratic activities, not so. Learning about Jehovah and our precious hope for the future through personal study, that's refreshing to us, isn't it? Associating with our brothers and sisters at the meetings and assemblies like this, that's refreshing to us. Sharing the good news with others in the ministry, watching their eyes light up as they learn who Jehovah is and develop a relationship with him, that's refreshing to us. And so the key is to be able to identify and separate out what is truly stressful in our lives. Yes, while we are conscious of the need for relaxation, we recognize that genuine refreshment comes from knowing Jehovah, knowing the truth, and staying active in kingdom service.
How was work?
It was another long day.
Yeah, I know. We've been so busy lately. We haven't even had a chance to relax. We really need a break.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking. we really need to plan our family vacation for this year. You know, they just read the letter at a meeting the other day about doing unassigned territory. What do you think about doing that for our family vacation?
That sounds wonderful. I was thinking the same thing when you read the letter.
It seemed that the whole mindset of the whole group, because we were down there for the purpose of witnessing for the whole time, was just to witness constantly. Didn't matter where we were talking to people about the truth. If it was a restaurant or a gas station. One day we were, I think it was an evening after we were done in service, we were at a park, and there was a younger couple, and they had one younger child, and we started talking to them, and they had lost a child in death. So that was a perfect opportunity to give a witness to them when we placed literature, and who knows what happened after that.
We are witnesses of Jehovah 24/7, 365 days a year. It is our identity. It is who we are. It's not a job. It's not something we punch in and punch out on a daily basis. May we never, by what we say and by the decisions we make, even when it comes to recreation and entertainment, indicate that our service to Jehovah is a burden. Instead, let us cherish the truth and our precious service to Jehovah. Let's always strive to maintain a wholesome theocratic routine, always looking for ways to help others and bring praise to Jehovah, even while relaxing.
Satan likes to cover things up. You know, the word arena really just means sand, because the Romans used to cover the floor of the arena with sand so that everyone wouldn't see the blood that occurred there. Does Satan do that? Well, does he do that with the term higher education? That sounds good, doesn't it? Higher education? Well, what we're talking about is education that requires a course of study in a university or college, usually a minimum of 4 years and perhaps more. Is that the answer to the situation? Or is there another spiritual education that would be more valuable? Today we'd like to contrast for you the difference between higher education that Satan offers and true higher education that draws us close to Jehovah. Should Christian parents knowingly expose their children to that kind of environment for 4 or perhaps more years? Is the risk involved worth whatever benefit the young ones may receive? Parents must give serious and prayerful consideration to these questions, as well as to the danger of sending their children away to school. But you know, Satan, he's crafty. He's going to throw sand, and he's going to make it appear like something that could work. Those who graduate from a university are not assured of finding desired employment. How many do you think that attend college actually end up working in a field related to their major course of study? 60% do not. Now that's the irony. That's the sand that Satan likes to throw in the air. And it's sad to know that some of our brothers and sisters have sacrificed spiritual goals in order to achieve a university degree that they did not need in the first place. That's how Satan works. That's how he deceives us. All of us would like our children to serve Jehovah. And we want to encourage you, young and old, not to pursue your own interests, but pursue those of Jesus Christ. Now, Paul, when speaking to the Philippian congregation about Timothy, had some pretty powerful words to share. Please turn with me to 2 Philippians 2, and we're going to read verses beginning with verse 20. 2 Philippians 2. Kick away the sand, and you'll see Satan's crafty acts. Be faithful to Jehovah and show him that you are trusting in his direction.